In studio by POPCRU's first Deputy President, Mr. Khehla Masemola. Thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thanks.
So is a strike a real possibility?
We don't know. We haven't called a strike, so we're not sure what people are talking about when there's a strike. We know we can't call strike in the police, but we don't know who's coordinating this so-called strike. So if indeed we knew somebody who's coordinating, would seek audience with him and ask what is he talking about.
All right, so these threats have got nothing to do with POPCRU members?
It doesn't do with our members. We haven't received any indication from our members that they are going to engage in the strike action, because their organization have not called the strike action.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the issues themselves. What are your members concerned about that they've brought to the attention of the Minister?
Look, Pete, I think it's important to put these matters in correct perspective. We signed 3 agreements in December 2018. Agreement number 1 of 2018 was speaking to special dispensation for pilots. Agreement 2 was talking to great progression of members in South African Police Service in respect of financial year 2018-2019. Agreement 3 talked of the grading and job evaluation of entry level in the South African Police Service.
All right, so that's the background.
That background of these 3 agreements. Right. One agreement that all parties signed is for pilots. Second agreement that talked to grade progression, all parties signed. And this is the agreement that actually progressed members. It promoted members. When the entry level constable to sergeants to warrant officers band 1 to band 2. And this is the agreement that side. Now, there are lies that have been battled that we sold out. Is that SAPS in particular is taking the contents of this agreement, to which they signed also, combine it with agreement 3, which talked of a job evaluation, right, and grading in the entry level post in the SAPS. Now,
are they not related though?
They are related though, but the agreement 3 does not talk to figures in terms of promotion. The agreement that talks to promotion is agreement 2, which talks of grade progression. Right. Now, this is the agreement that has figures that talk to the backlog, identify the backlog first, and figures, and how this backlog was going to be addressed over a period of time.
All right, so we've got a police force, we've got people in certain positions. Are we saying that due to whatever reasons, people haven't progressed in their grades and they haven't received the promotions that are due to them for some reason, for some time?
There's no argument about that. People are in the agreement. People were not promoted in time when they were supposed to be promoted. All along, with some pieces of agreement signed to progress certain category of employees, but then that compacted to become a huge number, which then...
Why is it happening? What's holding it back? Are the posts not available? What's the story?
Number of reasons that they will be given. Some is in terms of budgetary constraints. But no treasury, they will say they don't have money for this, because promotions comes with budget.
Yes.
And now in cases where the department could not have promoted these members that it was due to promote them, there was a number of reasons given, some with budgetary constraints, that not everyone who qualified then could have been promoted.
Are promotions and progressions not earned? Is it something that just happens just because of time spent on the job? I'm thinking in the army, I can be a private for my entire career. Why would that be different for your members?
No, they are earned, Peter. There's qualification to the promotions. But when people could not be promoted, when they are due to be promoted,
so they do the exams.
They do the exams. They do the number of they have qualifications. These members, but they could not be promoted then. Now we have this backlog. Now, in an attempt to address this backlog, people make a meal out of this thing and concoct lies.
And this is SAPU now.
This is SAPU now saying they did not sign, but the agreement that talks to actual promotions, they've signed it.
And now they're going back on what they agreed to. Is this what you're suggesting?
They're going back on what they've signed for and tell members that, because Agreement 3 talks to job evaluation on the entry levels in SAPS.
If you don't get what you want,
and this agreement, maybe I must outline it a bit.
Yeah.
It then identified who units and components in the police in terms of over the years. It also staggered them over the years. For instance, it said Special Task Force, your TRT, your CAT, your close protection, VIP, and static this year. And it went on next year, it identified POPs, others. Now, we have not get reasons where lies the problem. If our members would have come to us through the structures and say, we have problems with this agreement when it comes to these clauses in the agreement, we'll be able to engage there and say.
We're running out of time, so I just need to ask you, if you don't get what you want soon, what are you going to do?
We haven't put demands. We've signed agreements. We do expect SAPS to implement as we signed.
All right, so you'll address that in due course.
Yeah, and we expect, if our members have got issues, which they know, we are a worker-controlled organization. If workers have got issues with the agreement that we have signed, they are more than welcome to engage through our structures and identify which parts of this agreement have got challenges, so that there's no agreement that is cast in stone. If there are challenges to a particular agreement, you can always review the agreement or agree on an addendum to the agreement if there are challenges. But for now, we haven't been well briefed as to where lies the problem.
All right. First Deputy President, Mr. Masemola, thanks very much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.